hopefully you'll still be here as well. Until 2 o'clock tomorrow, remember, no drinking and driving. Always buckle up and obey all the laws of the road. And as always, remember the Alamo.
January, it's a new year and brings the biggest savings of the year to Woodall's Furniture Gallery in Ruston.
I am so happy for
Furniture
you.
and accessories. So we mark down prices on furniture for every room. Save on living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture. Save on tables, lamps, desks, and chairs too.
Yeah, I wanted to go my best first out to just watch our show.
Appreciate on sale.
That's gonna be.
January
I didn't put in with over there. Well, give me a name.
East Georgia and Ruston, where we're exciting, not expensive.
We have our title
Don't leave anything to chance. Secure your guns and valuables with a gun safe from McKinney's. Here's Richie
And
McKinney.
it's not
The
for
number one
fast
rated
shop.
safe
It's
in
not
America, Liberty Gun
That's
Safes,
cheap.
made in the USA and on sale now at McKinney's. The Voyager 30 fireproof safe holds 30 guns with electrical lock and lifetime warranty. It retails for $12.99. Right now we have them for just $6.99. Select from over 100 gun safes with delivery and install.
I'm doing all this
When
stuff
the
for them.
unexpected happens, Liberty has you covered. Visit McKinney's Outdoor Superstore, Ruston.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, and we're a worldwide show, you know, and they could do it co-op, so they would get paid back,
Big Z
you know.
Country, Z107.5.
I'm coming in about a minute late, man.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, just send me, just text me your information and stuff. Give me your number, and I'll give you a couple days to talk to you. And I'll call him. I'll probably call him Friday.
You going up there this weekend?
Or I'll give her a call. Either Friday or Monday. Your iPad.
I know.
You want some water?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just, I mean, Hickson didn't renew. They got a new guy from Boston. And for every 2 days, I'm like, I was so 5 trucks for y'all to get 5. We're talking about from $25,000 to $60,000.
Did you do the camera already?
Yes. I'm like, trust me, you made your money back in more.
I bought a truck from one year, and I took 4 people up there and sold trucks after I bought mine. My buddy's like, where's my truck? I told him, took my first week to come up there. 3 of them. On the third one, he pulled me off the side, like, look, you appreciate that thing? 3, you can see the coupons they had. And you can get the price down with some coupons. So that's the price. Okay, now, so we 3 trucks for you. The 4th guy, he was doing somewhere else. He put it all from me. I sold 4 trucks. I sold 4 trucks for y'all, and y'all telling me to keep on getting.
Yeah, and it's like 5
I got a free deadline out of it.
Yeah, and see, I've been trying to meet this guy for 4 weeks. And see, I've usually dealt with Carolyn, and he's Carolyn's new boss. So, each time I come in to meet, because I've been able to set up 4 appointments. That's my job. Over there to meet with him, so that, well, he's meeting with, he's going to meet. I don't care. I said, is he just putting me up, or is he really going to meet us? Because I need to know something. So, good gracious, we ran it last spring. So, and I told her, I said, you know, and if she would have known this, she told me before the end of the year, that way I could have. So I'm kind of like in a time crunch here to pick somebody else up. So, oh, I'd be so excited to get Bass Pro Shop, especially with all this going on and fishing season coming up. That'd be awesome.
I'll put all that in there. I need a little picture for it. You're gonna get it.
And I will wake up tomorrow. Because we can come cover some of your bass time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have at the end of the year, I'm gonna have a championship.
I love all the new country.
You can have me out on
And know it's the
the
best country is right here on Big Z Country, Z107.5. Big Z Country, Z107.5 is KXKZ Ruston, West Monroe.
Open that vent, please. Vent. Yeah, just pull it down back. Patrick, it's cold. He's closing it.
It ain't just fun, it's a big ride from the Louisiana swamps
Oh. Sorry, I mean to throw it.
Tell us about Bayou State Club Association.
Okay, just after I've been on the phone with cops again all day, just give me a break here.
Why don't you say it like that, man? Keep talking. Tell us
Tell me
about
about the Bayou State Property Association. You got it stretched.
Yeah. It's gonna work out good because up there I'll be saying Assassins Association anyway.
We'll say assassins this time.
Yeah.
It's time for the Southern Outdoor Show. Here's your hosts, Randy Watson and Todd Causey.
And welcome to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. I'm your host, Brandy Watson. We also have Todd Causey. And we also have special guest, Brandon Jennings from the Bayou State Crappie Association in the studio with us. Now, he was in the studio with us last year talking about the Bayou State Crappie Association. And last year, it was Assassins, and I kept saying Association. So you know what? He's done changed the name to Association, so I don't even have to think about it anymore.
We aim to please.
Well, thank you. So, how's things been?
Man, it's been a whirlwind roller coaster. Since this time last year, we've had so much, so many new opportunities. We've got a lot of activities that are going to be taking place in North Louisiana, and the BSCA, the Bayou State Crappie Association, is behind a lot of these activities.
So tell us about some of the activities that you have coming up and some of the tournaments. I know as soon as you came in, you brought a huge flyer. You know, you have the Crappie Masters that's actually going to be coming up. We're actually going to have one here in Ruston, Lincoln Parish.
Right. I want to say something about the club first. We have a North Division already established, and we're starting a new Central Division, which is going to be based down toward Alexandria. So we're expanding over the whole state eventually, we hope. So we're making progress there.
So all of our South Louisiana listeners and all of our Alexandria, Pineville, Grant Parish, all down there, because we have a big fan base in South Louisiana. So y'all listen up.
We're
Yeah.
coming after you.
Yeah, if you're interested in crappie fishing, and the Louisiana Bayou State Crappie Association and getting more involved, you know, you need to get in touch with Brandon. And what is your number, or how can they get in touch with you about that?
Well, we're all over Facebook. So if you look up Bayou State Crappie Association on Facebook, you're going to find us. Have an email address, which is BSCA_crappieclub@AOL.com. Or we'll give them my phone number later on the show, and they're welcome to call me.
Okay, and we'll also be getting all this information and put it on the Southern Outdoors Radio Facebook page. So Brandon's going to be with us all night tonight, you know, and tell us all about some big news that he's got coming up, about the different tournaments, about bigger tournaments, and about the Crappie Masters. So there's going to be a lot going on. But you've been listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your Nomi's Tech Tip, and we'll be back with more after this.
Here's another Southern Outdoors Tech Tip, brought to you by Nomi's Pawn and Gun in Jonesboro.
Come to the biggest horse store around. Nomi's Pawn and Gun in Jonesboro, Louisiana. Diamonds, jewelry, guns, big screen TVs, tools, and a whole lot
It's
more.
weird not hearing it say Hickson.
Purchase a scope.
I know.
Nomi's will mount it free of charge.
Now, I know I stuck some
Free
things in my
full
pocket.
sight.
Good Lord, that's a
0%
big
down and
pocket.
no interest on 12 months, same as cash. Nomi's has been in business for 30 years. Nomi's Pawn and Gun, where you get everything from diamonds to double barrel. 418
You changed your
Allen Avenue,
Facebook page
Jonesboro,
name too, 'cause it
Louisiana.
was Assassins.
No wonder it wouldn't pull it up.
Changed everything.
Welcome to
That's why I
Southern
couldn't get it to pull up on the
Outdoors
phone, on the Facebook page.
Buy Nomi's Pawn and Gun. Where you
Well, I
get
ain't seen
anything
nothing.
from diamonds to
I
double
see some of
barrel.
your folks every now
So
and
go
then
by and see
before.
Sonny.
Well, I ain't seen
Southern
nothing.
Outdoors sent you.
It
Like
should
go
have
back
stayed
in-
the same. I went in and
Late
changed
season
the
boat.
name, so
It's
It
all
should
it should still be on there. I didn't change the site or
The
anything.
stress of the rut forces
So
boats
why?
to be
Yeah,
heavy
remember-
during the late season.
I called you last year and asked
They're
you how to
not
get
being
pulled up.
pressured hard.
Well, I went
They're
back
following
through the whole
feeding
thing and couldn't
patterns
find it, but that would be one.
that bring them out during daylight by season's end. However, if they're being pressured, you will need more help in the form
What are some of the main
unseasonably
things you
cold
want to cover?
weather
Well, we
because
want to talk
set aside
about
caution in
Crappie
favor of food.
Kings coming up
Either
in
way,
March,
food is the
the
key.
21st.
Whether it's food alone or food
And
mixed
we're
with
going to
cold
spell
weather.
that with K's, the Crappie Kings.
The best possible
Well,
food sources in the most
okay.
isolated areas will produce the best action. You can learn a ton from placing trail cameras, or maybe two, on the best food sources to determine when and where the bucks are coming out. If you don't have a
Kings, I'm sorry.
highly attractive
Kings.
food source in your hunting area, the late season probably won't be much fun.
Okay, we'll
That's
You need
March
to
21st.
imprint that deep into
we'll
your
build
mind.
up to
During the late
the
season,
grand
We'll
finale.
it's all about the food.
Yeah.
If you have food,
So I got
you
we're
will
gonna
have
talk about
to
how
do.
crappie fishing's
It's
been
that
up to this
simple.
point. Some big news. You can talk about be at Pro Sac for Bass Pro Shop.
Now, back
We
to the
expect
Southern
that.
Outdoor
Trainers
Show.
up here,
It's not just hunting,
they're done.
it's a way of life.
Come on.
And welcome back to Southern Outdoors on Z 107.5. I'm your host, Brandy Watson. We also have Todd Causey, and we have Brandon Jennings, your crappie enthusiast. If you need to know anything about crappie fishing or want to know where to catch them, you need to get a hold of Brandon Jennings and the Bayou State Crappie Association.
Got it right.
Well, of course I
Well,
did.
you know, we've got a lot of information. We cover a lot of territory, so we get a lot of fishing reports.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of can stay on top of where the fish are biting, what they're catching them on. It's a real good inside deal.
So up to this point, you know, and I know you're a bit like us. You're a big deer hunter too, and you've been trying to get out there and get in the woods. And say it's not only Todd and I that have been having a hard time deer hunting. Brandon has too. It's just been rough this year with acorn crop.
Yeah. I actually hunted less this year probably than I have in the past several seasons, but I did fish a little bit more.
And that's what my next question was to you. How's the fishing been up to this point?
Well, it's been touch and go too. Also, just like hunting, we had good success on Black Lake this year. We caught some really good fish there. Lake Darbone's been a little bit off this year. The weather didn't really cooperate with us like it has in the past. We have a hard time with warm temperatures and the cooler weather coming in, trying to cool the water down. So it just fluctuated a lot. So it's been a little tough for some fishermen, but we did find some good fish on Black Lake.
And do you expect these cooler temperatures that we've had over the past couple of weeks? Do you expect that to help the crappie fishing out?
It will. These cooler temperatures and the winds cool the water temperatures down. The shad is the primary food source for these crappie, and the water temperature really affects these shad and where they're located. So it'll put all these bait fish into the channel. Should make for some better fishing once this weather kind of gets out here, straightens back up.
Okay. And for the 2015 season, what do you think? You mean just thinking, what do you think? What do you expect out of the 2015 season, or what are you hoping that how the fish are going to do?
As far as the club, I think that we're going to have a real productive season this year. We're going to hit a lot of different locations. Like I said, we're expanding to have 2 different divisions. So we're hoping to hit some new locations, maybe learn some new places to fish. We're always picking up different techniques from different members. So I look to learn a lot this year as we did last year. So it's going to be a good season, especially with all the events coming in.
And I know last year, we had you on the show, the Bayou State Crappie Association. Y'all were just getting up and started. Y'all been going for I think a year.
Yeah, we had just this is our 2nd season, so we just started.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all, how many members have y'all actually gained since last year?
Well, actually, the first year we actually had more members, but we didn't have as many of those members that actually fished the tournaments. Our membership dropped off some this 2nd year, but we've had our dedicated fishermen have continued to show up, and we've had productive tournaments. So what we're going to focus on for the rest of this year is how we attract new memberships and continue to grow.
So if somebody was interested in becoming a member of the Bayou State Crappie Association, how would they become a member?
Well, basically they'll need to either follow us on our Facebook page, find my contact information, or like on this show we'll provide some information, and they can contact me. Or if they know another member, they can go through that source too. But just basically get in touch with me, and it's very simple to get signed up. I just basically need their information, their contact information, and provide the rules and the structure of how the club's set up.
Well, cool. And you're listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your Vapor Trail scent elimination tip, and we'll be back with more after this.
It's time for this week's scent elimination tip, brought to you by
So
Vapor
hard.
Trail Scents.
I mean, the scent tip is fixing to go to the fishing report. If y'all might be interested, it's not in I think the fishing report is, I think it's $35 a week.
Looking for that special one. But the Vapor Maker is willing to make a little sentiment too.
So start next week, instead of it being
Vapor
any
Trail
trouble,
Scents has revolutionized the scent dispenser industry with the Vapor Maker, a pressure pump that puts a
Yeah, we
mist
can
of
do
scent
it.
into the air and allows you to use
So, I
any
mean, I
scent
actually
you
look
like.
for,
Vapor Trail Scent also
our
makes the only
elimination,
cover scent,
Vapor Trail
laundry
Scent,
detergents,
that does
and
our
body washes
elimination all
that's
through
also an
your
attractant.
season.
For a full line of
He
Vapor
sends
Trail
us
Scent
4 or
products,
5,
check them out at
and then we record on Sunday at the
vaportrailscents.com.
house, 'cause I record
The
commercials at the
Vapor
house.
Maker.
Welcome to Sun Outdoors
So you wouldn't have to come
Scent
up here, like,
Elimination
if
Tip.
we want to change it
Brought to
every
you by
week, which we
Vapor
would,
Trail
with
Scents.
it'd be a fishing report.
If you spread,
I can
they
just
will
run down to your
come.
house, or you can come up to the house, or whatever. Or you can just call me and give it to me. I can,
When dealing with scent
however you want.
elimination, don't forget the wind. All the scent control measures in the world still won't beat
But it's like with a
controlling
3-month
bugs
contract,
known
so like you
100% of the
start
time.
that calendar month. So it'd be
Following
like
strict scent
January, the,
elimination
what is
regimen,
next week, the 20th?
like we've
9th,
discussed here on the
10th?
show,
It'd be like
will
January, February,
decrease
February,
the
March.
number
It'd be like
of
all the way
scent
through April,
molecules
which
you release into the
which would
hunting
actually get you into that.
and can increase your odds of success.
If that'd be something that
However,
would
a
interest
pure
you.
buck's sense of smell is so
And
powerful that
I'll
it
check and see, 'cause I might
doesn't
have
take many scent molecules
Huh?
floating around
some
to put them on
sponsors.
edge.
Take care of that.
I've
Alright.
seen big bucks put their
Be great.
nose up in the air when the wind is swirling and scent bust me at 150 yards. And that's after taking all the precautions we've talked about. It's always a good idea to try to hunt a steady, predictable wind that you can use to your advantage. Always try to hunt downwind. And this has been your Southern Outdoors and Vapor Trail Scents Scent Elimination Tip.
This has been your weekly scent elimination tip on Southern Outdoors, brought to you by Vapor
We got a
Trail
lot of
Scents.
And
Now, back to the Southern Outdoors Show. It's not just hunting, it's a way of life.
welcome back to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. I'm sitting here watching Todd over there hit buttons, and I'm like, let me know something here, Toddler. So, I know we're always getting a laugh and picking and joking. Don't forget, download the Red Peach Radio app free on your Android or iPhone and listen to us anywhere in the world. We want to thank our listeners that are listening in Oregon tonight, Kentucky, and Florida. So we want to say thank y'all for listening. Or go to Z1075FM.com and watch us on the World Wide Web. And now we're going to get back to Brandon about some crappie fishing.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the events that are taking place this year. You know, the Bayou State Crappie Association is just basically a crappie club, just like you have your bass club. We're specifically a crappie club, but we help to bring in some events, sponsor some events that are coming up later this year. And the one I want to mention is on Lake Darbone in March, on March 21st, we will be hosting a King of Kings crappie bass combo tournament. And this is a single big fish event where you can enter to it's actually a $20 ticket. And with that $20 ticket, you'll have 3 chances to win $500. The big crappie for the day will be worth $500. The big bass for the day will be worth $500. And then that ticket will go into a drawing at the Darbone Expo for another chance to win $500. And this is just kind of a group event that is put together by the Bayou State Crappie Association and actually Mr. Lompar with the Chamber of Commerce in Farmerville, in Union Parish. So that's one really good event that's coming up. It's an open tournament, so you don't have to be a member. It's open to anyone, and $20, that's cheap.
You can't beat that. There's very few fishing tournaments you get in for just $20.
Yeah, we just secured a location. If you've been to Farmerville across the Highway 33 bridge lately, you've noticed the new construction to the right. That's called Darbone Point, and there's I think there's 4 cabins and there's camper sites coming up. It's just going to be an awesome location, and that is where we're going to hold our weigh-in for that afternoon. So we're real excited about this event.
And that's going to be March the 21st, the King of Kings tournament on Lake Darbone. It's going to be crappie and bass. Whoever brings in the biggest one wins $500 of each. If you bring in the biggest crappie, you get $500. If you bring in the biggest bass, you get $500. And not only that, they get the ticket put in for the Darbone Expo.
Yeah,
To
for a
win
door prize.
$500 worth of door prize.
Right. And then these tickets will be probably next week being printed out, so you'll start seeing them in circulation. I'll have them. We're going to get them out there. We want to have a good turnout for this tournament. This is kind of a preview of what's coming up. We have Crappie Masters, which is the big boy of crappie tournaments. They are coming to North Louisiana, and that is going to take place April the 18th. And this is an awesome opportunity for local fishermen to compete in a large-scale tournament. There's some pretty significant prizes there. It's also a national qualifying event, so if you qualify in this tournament, meet the qualifications, you automatically are qualified to compete in the national tournament, national championship.
Now, I see here on the flyer, like you said, it's April 18th, and you can fish one of these 3 lakes, if I'm not mistaken. You can fish Lake Darbone, Claiborne, or Caney, correct?
That's right. 3 lakes. You have, we have a central location for our weigh-in, which is going to be located here in Ruston. It is actually, the weigh-in is actually at the North Louisiana Fairgrounds area. And that gives you the opportunity to fish your lake. I mean, if you're a Darbone guy, hit Darbone. Or if you're Caney Lake or Claiborne, wherever you want to go, you just have to stay on the fish and choose your location. But all 3 of those lakes are up for grabs. And somebody's going to take home first place. And being a hometown guy or gal, you have an advantage to win a tournament like this. You have the hometown advantage, so it's a good time for people to take steps necessary now to get registered and be prepared for this tournament when it comes here in April.
Okay, and then also on this flyer, I see a kids fishing rodeo. Now, tell me more about that.
At every Crappie Masters event, they host a kids fishing rodeo, and every kid that attends will get a prize. And it's just a way to get our youth out fishing. It's a good event for the children. I believe this event will take place at the Darbone State Park. I believe is where it will be hosted. But a really good event to get your kids involved. Prizes will be awarded to all kids.
Yeah, and if they need more information, they can contact you, or they can also go to www.crappiemasters.net or call Crappie Masters at 660-351-4187.
Yeah, this is a really good thing for North Louisiana. I mean, this can turn into more than just a one-time event. Crappie Masters could come here repeatedly.
Yeah, and definitely, we want something like that, here in, our hometown or our area, and to have this as an honor. We look forward to them being here, Crappie Masters actually being here, in Big Z country, and we'll be here covering it.
And I see there on the flyer that the Crappie Masters is sponsored by the Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, yes, they are. Crappie Masters, that's their title sponsor, Bass Pro Shops. I'm also sponsored by Bass Pro Shops. I joined the Bass Pro Shops Pro staff just recently, and more events that we're going to talk about and go into that is the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Madness event, and that event will begin this month, the end of this month, January the 30th and the 31st, and it'll also be February the 6th and 7th. So that's another event that you need to mark your calendars for, especially you crappie fishermen.
Now you said it was the Bass Pro Shop
Crappie Madness.
Crappie Madness.
Crappie Madness event. This is the second year for that event. Last year was our first year, and I was told by our Bossier City location that it was the best event that they had that whole season. So they're excited for season 2. So there's going to be some crappie pros, some crappie locals that are there giving seminars. There'll be kids activities.
And I believe you just might be one of them.
Well, there may be. They also are going to be handing out free samples of fried fish. So
I mean,
that's
where
worth
else?
the trip.
Yeah, where else would you want to be? You know, Bass Pro Shop, March 30th and 31st. You know, they're featuring the Crappie Madness, and you get to go see these seminars. You get to actually go to Bass Pro Shop, and you actually get fried fish. I mean, come on,
For free.
For free. I mean, that's a no-brainer? Is that a question? So remember, January 30th and 31st, and February 6th and 7th.
That's right. Come see me at Bass Pro Shops.
And talking about the Bass Pro Shops crappie masters on Garbone, Claiborne, and Caney, that's going to attract a lot of crappie fishermen, freshman crappie fishermen from throughout the United States to come here to Central and North Louisiana to compete in this event. So it's going to be do a lot for the economy to have all these people coming in, and for the exposure for your local crappie fishermen, getting out there and being able to fish alongside these guys. Correct?
That's right. I kind of stay in touch, keep tabs with some of these guys, and like you said, a lot of these pro teams are coming in, and you're going to see these big wrap trucks and these big wrap boats coming in to fish. But that local guy in that 14-foot John boat, he'd liable to be the one to
Home
take it
field
home.
advantage works the same whether it's football, baseball, or fishing.
That's right. You got to know where they're at.
If you know your lake, you stay on top of the fish. We all know with any type fishing, the more you can fish and the more you can stay on top of where they're at and what they're doing at that time, the better your odds are. So, it's time now to get signed up and get on top of the fish and stay there.
They need to check into this. This isn't something you need to wait on. You need to go ahead and get registered to Crappie Masters. Find out all the steps involved to become a member of Crappie Masters and to be able to fish this tournament. A little more information about the tournament. This is a large tournament. It is a team tournament, so that helps kind of split your costs some. So, with the entry fees of $200 per team, you split that between you and your partner. That's not so bad. $20 for a big fish entry, and a membership's required. That's basically all there is to it. And depending on the turnout, this is a pretty good payday.
Yeah, it's going to be worth it. I haven't fished tournaments before, especially when I was younger. It's been quite a few years back. But, you go out there, you pay your entry fee, and then if you do win, depending on, like you said, how many people's in a tournament.
Depends on the turnout.
You can have a really nice payday. So, I mean, it's something you need to think about. And that's the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters, April 18th. And you can fish Lake Garbone, Claiborne, or Caney. And like Brandon was saying, I guess local where they're going to be the weigh-in is right here in Ruston at the Ruston Fairgrounds.
That's right. And Crappie Masters always has a seminar and a registration period, which that will be held the day before, April the 17th. It'll be right here at the Lincoln Parish Library, and it's a 5 p.m. seminar. And you come to the seminar, and we go over the rules, and they just really explain a lot of things to you, get you pre-registered. So we've got plenty of time between now and April 18th. There's going to be a lot of publicity for this event, and shouldn't be any trouble for someone who wants to fish to have time to get signed up.
Yeah, definitely. And Z107.5 will be covering it too. We'll be out there. And also, us here at Southern Outdoors, you can also contact Brandon. You can go to the Brandon at Bayou State Crappie Association
Yes,
and also the croppiemasters.net.
that's right.
So,
And with, you're talking about this, and with the Bayou State Crappie Association, y'all formed last year, and going into y'all's second year, and then bringing the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Masters here to North Central Louisiana. That we've had bass fishing here in North Louisiana for a long time. A lot of your diehard bass fishermen have had the opportunities to fish tournaments for years and years. I did it years ago. I mean, so they've all had that opportunity, and the Bass Masters is fished on the Red River a lot. So, the bass fishermen have gotten that exposure to a tournament of this caliber. Well, now with the Bayou State Crappie Association starting the crappie tournaments, the local crappie tournaments around here, so now the crappie fishermen are getting to come out and now showcase some of their skills, if you will, on jigging, what kind of wrist action they got as far as catching them crappie. So it's a big thing for the crappie fishermen, and it's going to give them, like I said, the opportunity to show off their skills and come out and compete and with some of the best in the United States.
That's right, and this event is not solely the result of the Bayou State Crappie Association. There were a lot of people involved to make this happen. And Mr. James Morgan, and Mr. David Friedman up in Farmerville, they fished the Crappie Masters circuit last year, and Mr. James Morgan had a lot to do with getting this ball rolling too. So all of our tourism department out of Bernice, and our Chamber of Commerce in Union Parish, it took a lot of individuals to make this happen.
Yeah, a big event like that is always going to be more than one person or one group. It's always going to be a large group of individuals who come together and decide to try to get something like this going. But I just think, with the Bayou State Crappie Association that y'all have, what that's brought to the local crappie fishermen, and giving them the opportunity to go out and fish these tournaments like they've seen the bass fishermen, win them a little pocket money to, fix up their boat or restock their tackle box, because as we all know, boats and bait's not cheap. All that rods and reels and whatever it is, whatever type setups you like to fish with, stuff don't come cheap. So a little bit of chance to reimburse that pocketbook, if you will, and get out and meet other crappie fishermen, like you said, learn new techniques through other members, different kinds of baits or styles or ways to fish. So I think it's a good thing.
It is. That's a big benefit of being a member of the Bayou State Crappie Association is the people that you meet and the information that you're going to gain. Just because you're in a tournament and just because you don't win, that doesn't mean that you don't take home some knowledge that's going to help you the next time that you go back to that location or to another location. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to take home besides the prize money. You got friendships, you've got information. There's a lot of stuff at stake. So becoming a member is not just about winning. It's about joining a group and the camaraderie of the whole thing. We do more than fish. We have some other activities too. We're going to have a big get together after the Claiborne tournament. We're going to do some heavy eating, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's one thing, you hear us talk about it a million times, building the friendships and rapport with the people at the deer camp, and building the friendships, we're avid hog hunters. We always talk about Uncle Earl's hog dog trials and what a family we are. But also that's the same for crappie fishermen and bass fishermen. It's not all about going out there fishing and winning the prize money. It's about building friendships, relationships, and memories that's going to last a lifetime, and also getting the kids involved at a young age so they'll have something to do and leave them with a legacy. So, who knows? You never know whose kid may end up being the next crappie master.
That's right.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, we've all always heard the story that, fishermen never tell you where he catches his fish or what he catches on. It's always on the end of the line. It's never what bait or where they was at, what lake or whatever. That is true in some cases, but when you're having a group of people like that, like the Bayou State Crappie Association or the local bass clubs and stuff, they share information with each other to help each other become better crappie fishermen.
But you've been listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your Dan Lord Plumbing Archery Talk, and we'll be back with more after this.
On the Southern Outdoors Show, it's time now
Well,
for your
I've got
archery talk. Brought to you by Dan Lord Plumbing.
Dan Lord Plumbing.
Oh, we still have 30 minutes to
LLC,
talk.
The place for all
Because
your
I've got,
plumbing needs.
on
From
that
big
same day that
to
we're
small.
having the King
Dan
of
Lord
Kings,
Plumbing puts in
we're
septic
also
tanks,
involved
treatment
with
plants for residential and commercial.
Hunters for
and
Heroes.
even
You know
new
what that is?
construction.
Mhm.
You know what
Dan
Hunters for
Lord
Heroes, where they
Plumbing
take
has
the
a
veterans
camera and data
deer
service
hunting.
and can
Well, we're taking
locate
them fishing.
utilities. Dan
Oh,
Lord Plumbing,
cool.
Yeah, we're
LLC.
taking them fishing.
Don't go to
So I'm
sleep
working with
with a
Donnie,
leak.
Donnie
Welcome to
Foster.
Southern Outdoors Archery
What
Talk,
else do I
brought to
have
you
in my
by
pocket?
Dan Lord Plumbing,
And
where you can get all
Oh,
of
the
the
heat.
we're going to be working with the Hunters for
Don't go
Heroes
sleep with a
program,
leak.
and we're going to take these veterans crappie fishing.
As we've been talking
And it's
about
going to
on the
coincide
fact
with the
that hunting
crappie,
season
with the
is
King of Kings
winding
event.
down.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. What is Kings of Kings event? March 21st? Okay.
Bow season continues
Let me get a
through
calendar because I'll
January
have you back
31st,
on.
but
Okay,
the archery
Uncle
season
Earl's is the
just
25th
about
to the
to begin in
29th.
full
So the week
swing.
before we talking about Uncle Earl's.
The Northeast Louisiana
But before
Archery
this,
Association
we'll
will
be.
hold their
You're
first
just go ahead. You're.
Tour with that.
We're going. You're going to be on a couple of more shows.
That's too much information.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's put it all in here. But at the end of the show, I'm gonna say we'll have Brandon back before the King of Kings. We're gonna have you back before
Each week you can hear the results of
We
the
talked about
the
club.
crappie
and what's coming up. On the next week, right here on Southern
the crappie
Outdoors
masters,
Archery Talk.
and we're gonna have you back. I'll tell you what, I'll have you back after the crappie madness at Bass Pro Shop too.
And can't wait to get started. I'm ready to
Thanks.
sling
Did you
some
catch all
arrows
that?
and
I
some
did.
pretty targets and catch up
I got
with
one.
pretty archery friends. Hope to see y'all out on
I'll call you later. You'll be back 3 of the
We'll be back
times.
3 more times.
Now, back to the Southern Outdoors Show.
She talks
It's
so
not just
fast
hunting,
sometimes.
it's a
Can't
way
catch
of
up.
life.
She says I don't listen.
And welcome back to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. I'm your host, Brandy Watson. We have Todd Causey, and we also have Brandon Jennings from Bayou State Crappie Association. And we will actually go over all these tournaments again because we've been listed 3. And we got Kings of Kings, March 21st. Well, let me go back. We have the Crappie Madness through Bass Pro Shop, January 30th and 31st, and February 6th and 7th. We have the King of Kings, March the 21st, Lake Darbon. It's a crappie and bass tournament with each of the biggest crappie and each of the biggest bass getting $500, and you'll also be entered to win $500 at the Darbon Expo. And then April 18th, Crappie Masters is coming to Ruston, Louisiana. So we'll definitely have Brandon back on the show many other times. So y'all, I'm telling you, deer season has been exceptionally well for some people this year. But if it hasn't been so well for you, pick you up a fishing pole and get to fishing.
And we have more. The King of Kings event is March the 21st. Yeah. We also have another event that coincides with that, and this is a real special event. We were contacted by Hunters for Heroes program. Now, Hunters for Heroes program, they take our disabled veterans on numerous hunting trips for all types of game. But they want to take these guys crappie fishing. So they called the Bayou State Crappie Association and wanted to know if we wanted to help. So we're going to pitch in. We're not the only ones involved. There's several groups involved. The Dutch oven cookers are going to be participating in that and providing some good food for these guys. But we're going to host a boat and take a veteran fishing, and this is coincide with the King of Kings event. So you have a chance to visit with that veteran and enjoy the fishing and the camaraderie, and you both have a chance to win some money.
Yeah, and I also think it's an amazing thing they're doing, taking a veteran fishing, because look, they put their life on the lines for us, for our freedom. They come home, and sometimes they happen to get overlooked, and we owe them that respect and more.
And they might necessarily not take as much away from the fishing event. They may take more away from the time with you and your boat that you spent with them. But hopefully we'll get them on some fish, and they'll have some memories of that. It's going to be a really good event. the previous day, there's going to be some meet and greet where we get to meet some of these guys, visit with them. We're gonna have dinner and prepare for that next day, and that next day is going to be what it is. You know, we're gonna take them fishing. We're gonna enjoy this King of Kings tournament. It'll be a really good event. So, you know, not only do we do tournaments and try to win money, but we try to do other things for the community, like the veterans event. We have more events that will be coming, you know, that are concerning our youth and our children. There are activities or opportunities rather for high school team tournaments, crappie tournaments.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
And that's through Crappie Masters. And although these tournaments aren't located in Louisiana this year, they do have one in Mississippi and have another in Arkansas. So, you know, with work, we can get them to bring these tournaments to Louisiana. And, you know, how cool would that be to be in high school and be able to have a team member and fish a Crappie Masters tournament?
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was in high school, of course, you know, Brandon, you know me for a long time. I mean, I've been in a boat since I can remember bass fishing. I know since I was 6 years old, you know. And had we had a bass fishing tournament, you know, in school, nobody would have ever seen me.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I was always on the water, and I had just made the comment last week that I'm ready to hit the water again, you know, since my deer season went so bad. So I can't wait to get out there. But being a kid and being able to be involved in a tournament, have a crappie fishing tournament at school, oh, that would be amazing.
And not only do you get to fish and participate in the tournament, as you know, for these high school students, but they're also working toward earning their winnings with these scholarship funds for their education. So, you know, they're getting to fish, they're getting a chance to further their education. It's just a really good program.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, that, the veteran program, all kinds of other stuff. We're doing what we can just to promote crappie fishing in North Louisiana and now Central Louisiana, wherever we can go. So we hope we continue to grow, and I need new members to step up and join and get involved. There's lots of opportunity for them to be part of this whole movement, and we want the Bayou State Crappie Association to be recognized for the efforts that we're putting in for what we've done.
And Brandon, I'm gonna tell you, thank you for everything, you know, that the Bayou State Crappie Association has done just in a year. You know, it's went so big and it's doing so well. You know, we want to thank everybody that actually, you know, yourself and all the other people that you mentioned before. Thank y'all so much for putting in all the hard work and all the hours and everything to get the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters actually here in Ruston. That is such a big thing, you know. And then the Kings of Kings tournament. There's so much going on, you know. I'm just sitting here looking at all this information, and I don't know which one to talk about first because it's just like there's so much.
Like you're saying, Brandon, there's a whole lot of activities for the crappie fishermen this spring and this summer.
That's right. And our most the closest event that we have, of course, is the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Madness, and like we said, that will be January the 30th and the 31st. January the 30th is basically a 7 p.m. seminar, kind of getting things started. The 31st is on a Saturday. That will be the day when all the activities will be taking place. We will have vendor booths set up inside Bass Pro Shops. There will be local pros. There will be Bass Pro Shops, the real guys, the real pros that will be visiting and doing seminars. Just a lot of activities going on, and also if you miss that event in January, you can come back February the 6th, which is another 7 p.m. seminar, and I believe the 7th would be on the Saturday. Mm-hmm. That'll be the day for all the events, and then there's just a lot of things that are going on there that off the top of my head I can't name all of them, but it's a really good event. And you know, I like to see some familiar faces, but some unfamiliar faces too, come by my booth, and that'll be a really good opportunity for you to check in with me if you want to join our club.
Yeah, and definitely, I'm gonna get Brandon to get us a list of more that's going on at Bass Pro Shop January 30th and 31st and February the 6th and 7th. And, we'll be keeping you up to date with that on Southern Outdoors. But you've been listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're gonna take you to your Toodles original Southern Outdoors Bible verse, and we'll be back with more after this. Yeah, we're gonna have to divide this in a coffee show. Because I'm sitting here like,
Yeah, I had
Here's the Bible
little
verse
bit
of the week
down
on
so I
the Southern
could look
Outdoor
back.
Show. Brought to you by Toodles Originals.
yeah, Bass Pro
Toodles
Shop
Originals is
definitely.
your go-to place for
This would be like a
monogramming and
big
screen
thing for them
printing.
if they got
It's
title
not
sponsors.
just a children's shop. Monogram
Title
all
sponsors,
merchandise,
$150 a week.
yours or theirs. Looking for that personal touch for your wedding, holiday, or a spirit shirt? Maybe you need more of a professional look for your business. Toodles Originals can even duplicate most company logos, such as a school, church, or team event. Toodles
'cause
Originals
we already
has you
sponsored
covered in
them.
style. Toodles Originals, where you can get low minimums, low prices, and friendly service. Where they make original extraordinary. Call 202-3805 or stop by 1017 Farmville Highway,
Come back a couple
Ruston.
of different times.
On your Southern Outdoors Bible verse for this week, we go to Hebrew chapter
that'll
11,
be
verse
awesome.
6. And
I am
without
so proud
faith,
of you.
it
You've
is
done so
impossible
much.
to please
If it-
God.
if it stinks
Because
and
anyone who comes to
have a
Him
good
must
turnout,
believe
they'll come
that He
back. If we
exists
don't,
and that
we miss
He
our opportunity.
rewards those who
Another-
earnestly
another,
seek Him. This has been
outfit like
Hebrew
this was here before
chapter
2000
11,
or 2001.
verse 6. God bless.
Investment when turned down.
Now, back to the Southern Outdoor Show. It's not just
Wanna go to
hunting,
Calvin
it's a
and
way of
Calvin
life.
Rescue at the same time.
And welcome back to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. I'm your host, Brandy Watson, along with Todd Causey and special guest Brandon Jennings from Bayou State Crappie Association. Now, as we've been telling you, don't forget we have our Big Buck Contest. We will be announcing our Big Buck Contest winner, or our Buck Contest winner, the second week in February. So stay. Sorry, I can't talk. Don't forget to send in your pictures to Southern Outdoors Radio for the Buck Contest. So, I know you have 2.5 weeks left until bow season is over with. So all your bow hunters out there, you got 2.5 weeks left. So you better get on your stands and do what you can.
You're exactly right, Brandy. With two weeks left of bow season, still a lot of hunting to do if you're a bow hunter. Because I know I am, and I know Brandon's a big bow hunter too, and I'm sure you're going to be trying to get a hunt or two in before the season closes.
You never know.
Now, I seen that green.
Yeah.
I think he's got his eye on a deer somewhere.
We talked about being the end of the season through the tech tips and the archery and not the archery talk, but anyway through the tech tip. And this time of the year, the hunting gets tough. They've had the whole season of the hunting pressure, and of course we all realize what this year's acorn crop's been. It's been massive. So normally this time of the year, the end of the season, the bucks are going crazy after the rut. And they're hitting food sources real hard. With our acorn crop being as plentiful as what it was this year, I don't think we're going to experience quite the same results in January. Now, granted, they're still going to be coming to the food sources, but I don't think they're going to be hitting it near as hard as what they were in years past when our acorn crops haven't been quite so plentiful. This year, the acorn crop's been great. Now they don't change my plans. I'm still planning the same hunts. I'm gonna try to get out there and find a good natural food source. And if I can't find that, and I'm gonna start putting out my own food source and see if I can't get them concentrated in one area. See if I can't get a couple more deer in the freezer before the season's end. So, for all you bow hunters out there, that's pretty much gonna be your best chance this time of the year. Deer have been pressured all year long. The dog season just ended up, so they've been pressured with the dogs. Now all of them's moving out of the woods. You're gonna have an opportunity. You got a little bit more. The pressure's gonna start getting smaller, but hopefully we can keep some good cold weather. Good cold weather, and the food is gonna help the deer get up and move during the daylight hours. So
Get out there and get them.
that's right.
And when bow season comes to an end, Don't forget about NELA, your Northeast Louisiana Archers Association. That'll be coming into play soon. I know Todd stays in touch with Dan, and as soon as he gets with Dan and they get the schedule set and everything, we'll be getting that to you.
Yeah, they'll be having their meeting tomorrow night at Catfish Cabin at 6 p.m. To set their schedules and do any rule changes or tweaks that need to be done. So we should have the NELA tournament schedules on the event calendar here in the next couple of weeks.
And also, don't forget, Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials will be March the 25th through the 29th. Now, we've had plenty of questions about it. Go to fullboardproductions.org. We just put up the vendor form. Everything with the vendor form and all that is out about. Should be correct. Myself, Bill Huff, Randa Connor, and Kelly, we've been working on this for the past week or so. So hopefully everything's on there and is correct. And all of our numbers, any info that you need, contact us, or you can go to fullboardproductions.org. So, now to get back to talking about more fishing here.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the BSCA, the Bayou State Crappie Association. Let's talk about that a little bit more, and how people can become a member. It's very easy. You just need to contact me, either via a Facebook page, or if you want to send me an email at bsca_crappieclub@aol.com. And I'm going to give you my phone number. It's 318-533-9271. It's 318-533-9271. Give me a call.
Sounds like a very easy process to become a member. It's not some long drawn out background checks and all kinds of stuff going on. It's just simple.
It's just simple. We're just a bunch of fishermen that get together and we have a little tournament, try to have a good time, eat some food, just very simple.
And you're listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your B&L Marine outdoor calendar and then to your Southern Outdoors recipe of the week.
On the Southern Outdoors Show, it's time now for your outdoor events calendar.
I have not been
Brought
able to
to
talk
you by
tonight to
B&L
save my life. You'd think I was souped up on caffeine or something. I guess I drank 2 glasses of tea. That made me wine.
Seems like
New
you're talking
Crestline
about
boat dealer in town.
Well, I don't drink as
Check
much
out all the
caffeine
new
as I used to
Crestlines
because
and
I got
Express boats
two
at
little valves in my
B&L.
heart.
B&L
I can't have
Marine
caffeine.
services
And I had 2
Mercury,
glasses of
Yamaha,
tea. That made
Everett
me
Motors.
wine.
Same week service on most tickets. Also check out their new updated
Who's ever
accessory
slapped me?
department. B&L Marine is the home of the best
I
aluminum
don't know
boats
what
in
it is.
Northeast Louisiana. B&L Marine. Check them out on Facebook or stop by 110
And it's irritating because I know I'm doing it when I'm
Road.
doing it and I can't stop.
Welcome to Southern Outdoors event calendar, brought to you by B&L Marine,
So we
where
got
you get all of
one
your
more
boat
segment.
needs.
No, this after this,
Well, firearm
we'll,
season,
you
with or
know, you
without
can
dogs,
do
ended
like a
this
general
past
wrap
Sunday.
up.
We'll finish.
Well, thank
And
you,
the
and then
firearms will
you'll
end
get-
this coming Sunday,
This one just kind of recap.
January 18th. Archery season will last
Who did
until
you say that
January
lady was at
31st,
Bass Pro Shop?
2015. So there's still a little
Ashley
time left to get
Walford.
that trophy buck. Quail, rabbit, and squirrel season will continue until February 28th, 2015. Hope you're getting your freezer full. NELA will hold their annual board meeting on Wednesday, January 14th at 6 p.m.
That's what he's talking about. He's going to talk to her
Monroe.
Saturday, and I'm going to
If
send
your
her a
tournament
package
schedule
and
set,
everything.
make any adjustments to
I mean, it's not $150 a week, and that with all this going on,
as soon as
that would be
it's set.
crazy not to.
If you have an event you'd like to have added to the outdoor calendar, you can contact us by Facebook message
But
at
Bass Pro
Southern
Shop's not
Outdoors Radio
sponsoring all of
Facebook
us, but they're
page,
just sponsoring this
or
right here, right?
email us at southernoutdoorsradio@yahoo.com.
Yeah.
But you'll definitely see her
On
Saturday.
the
She
Southern
works in the street
Outdoors
corner.
Show,
She should be
it's
there.
time
I'll
for
see
the
you, man.
recipe of the week.
Yeah, I definitely do.
On your Southern Outdoors recipe
Because
for
as soon as I
this
know
week,
it.
we have grilled fish
This is good
with
too.
shrimp cheese
People,
sauce.
she talks 100 miles an hour.
Fish of your
We're on the
choice,
show, she
a
told me
half a
100 miles
pound
an
of
hour,
shrimp,
and her segments.
fresh garlic clove, onion,
Oh,
Tony
hang on.
Sashery seasoning, olive oil,
On this
heavy
week's
whipped
outdoor
cream,
recipe.
Because I'm
Monterey
usually at
Jack
home
or cheddar
Yeah,
and
What,
just
what,
like,
Almond.
milk and
what,
flour.
what you doing
Seasoned
different there?
fish with Tony's
because I'm
and
usually
grilled.
sitting on the on my bed. It's the only place that I'm
Play with olive oil
and I'm
and add
relaxed.
additional Tony's. Cook for approximately
And I've
3
been
to 4
stressed
minutes.
out for the past 3 days
Add
with
shrimp
Psycho
and saute
Stalker.
into the shrimp.
So if you're listening to
Cook
Psycho
thoroughly.
Stalker, leave me alone.
This will be a gravy-like sauce.
I'm sure
Add
he's not
1
listening.
teaspoon of flour and cook until brown.
I mean, that'll
Add
kind of
heavy
make somebody,
whipped cream
anybody a
and
little
cheese
jittery.
Until the cheese is melted. Add desired amount of milk to thin out the sauce. Spoon sauce over the
I
fish
was gonna give
and
you the
serve.
forecast.
And this is
finish
finger,
it.
ooh,
One on each extremity.
so
There
good.
you go.
Southern Outdoors recipe of the week.
Now, back to the Southern Outdoors Show. It's not just hunting, it's a way of life.
And welcome back to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. I'm your host, Brandy Watson, along with Todd Causey and Brandon Jennings from Bayou State Crappie Association. Yeah, I had to make sure I got that right.
You got it right.
I got it right. And, you know, don't forget, send in your pictures to Southern Outdoors Radio at yahoo.com. Download the Red Peach Radio app and listen to us anywhere in the world, from Canada to Costa Rica, from California all the way to Maine. You can pick us up anywhere. And we're going to let Brandon recap on what we got as far as the tournaments that are coming up here locally through the Crappie Association.
And we covered a lot of information. I know it can get confusing, but we are the Bayou State Crappie Association, and we're just a crappie club, just like a bass club. So we have our regular events for our season, which we are about to change our strategy a little bit. So we're going to offer a lot more tournaments, more local tournaments. So that's a good event to get, or a good organization to get involved with. We have, to recap some of these events, we have the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Madness coming up the end of this month and the 1st of February. Then March 21st, we have the King of Kings Big Crappie, Big Bass Combo event on Lake D'Arbonne. April the 18th, we have Crappie Masters that is coming to Lake D'Arbonne, Caney Lake, and Lake Claiborne. And then, as I mentioned about the veteran program with the Hunters for Heroes, we're going to take a veteran fishing. That's going to coincide with the King of Kings event on March 21st. So all these things are taking place. You can get more information on any of these by contacting me or going to our Facebook page.
And also, you'll have the kids rodeo that's going to coincide with the April 18th, 2015, the Crappie Masters. So that'll be that day too.
Right. Yeah. The Crappie Masters event always has a kids fishing rodeo at every Crappie Masters event. So that's a really good program to bring your kids out, get them involved. They'll get a prize. They'll get an opportunity to fish. That's going to take place at the state park on Lake D'Arbonne.
Okay, and don't forget, we're going to put all this on the Southern Outdoors Radio page, and we're going to put a link on our page, on the Southern Outdoors Radio Facebook page, to link you to his page. That way, so you'll have all the information handy, and it'll be right there at your fingertips. You have all the information at your fingertips, and hopefully a fish on the end of your line.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something too. We was talking about, when y'all first started the association, you was called the
Assassins.
Crappie Assassins, and you changed that on your Facebook page.
Yeah, we changed it.
So if you was familiar with the Bayou State Crappie Assassins before, the Bayou State Crappie Association is the same club. They just changed the name. If you had liked their Facebook page with the Assassins, you may want to check and make sure that you still like. 'Cause I just did on mine, and I had to re-like your page.
Okay, that's a good point.
So it may be that when you changed your name, some of the likes you had you may have lost some of them. Because I know I would like the page.
Yeah,
before.
and that's like last year we had it when I tried to put it on the link for the Southern Outdoors to link it. It wouldn't link, and I knew you were already on there, but the change in the name, that's probably what did it. So it's Bayou State Crappie Association instead of Assassins. So
we made that change for a reason because
I kept saying it last
well,
year.
that was one reason. Brandy couldn't get the name right, so I had to change it. But the other reason is, we began to grow, and we realized that the Assassins wasn't really the ending to the title that we wanted. So association gives us, a name that represents that we're associated with other divisions across the state. So it gives us, an opportunity to grow.
Yeah. And Brandon, we are so proud of you and everything that you've done, everything that you've brought to the community. And we want to thank you so much for being on the show. And, you've had an amazing year. You know,
Yeah, we've
2014
had-
has been an amazing year for
We've had a
y'all.
busy year, and it's not going to slow down until after April. I'm looking forward to May and June.
And like you said, you was just signed by Bass Pro Shop as a pro staff member, so that's
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
Yeah, we want to
that's-
congratulate you on
well,
that
thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you. That's something I'm looking forward to. I don't know what all that's gonna involve, but we will be there giving corners and doing seminars and whatever we can do at Bass Pro to help promote crappie fishing. We're gonna do it. Whatever we can do through the BSCA, we'll do it. You know, it's just all of it works hand in hand. So it's not just all for me on the Bass Pro staff. That's also going to benefit the club and hopefully any crappie fishermen that I come in contact with.
Well, that's good, and we're glad to see you getting that recognition with Bass Pro Shop and getting to become a pro staff member with them. Like I said, I've been that before, not with Bass Pro Shop, with other archery stuff. So you know, I understand what all that involves, and well, not. I mean, I don't know, but that's bass. That's crappie fishing. What I was talking with archery, but it is a big thing. It's not something to be taken lightly.
That's right.
It's also a big responsibility on you to represent Bass Pro Shop in a very, very professional manner, and I think they picked a good guy for that.
I appreciate it. And I have Bass Pro Shops, Lake Fork Tackle, Zip Tails Ultimate Skirts, rod socks, protective rod covers. And those are all supporting sponsors that help me as well. And you know, without these guys supporting me and you know, kind of linking me to their companies somewhat, I wouldn't have a lot of the options that I have to get out and try to promote some of these events and kind of push along the Bayou State Crappie Association and kind of help it grow. We hope that it'll continue. We're in year 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope for many more, but we just take it step by step.
Yeah, and it takes everybody like working together like that and having people that is willing to back you and help you out and to come together, whether it be anything in the outdoors, whether it be fishing, hunting, or whatever it may be. It's nice, you know, to have people that's going to back you and help you out. And as a community of outdoors men and women, you know, it's nice to be able to work together and to bring the outdoors to everyone.
And you say this is your second year, and you're already venturing into Central Louisiana with another chapter in Central Louisiana, correct?
That's right. We are on the brink of branching into the Central Division. We actually have our first expo in Alexandria. I believe it's going to be the 24th. And I can't even call the name of the event, but I know it's a fly tying expo where they make their flies and crappie jigs. I believe that we're gonna be there on the 24th. We'll have a table set up. So, you know, we're just getting underway with the Central Division, and so I'll be working that area along with a partner that has teamed up with me there. So I have help in that area, you know, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for members and people who want to step up and participate.
And Brandon, thank you so much for coming, taking time out of your day to be on our show. Thank you to Bayou State Crappie Association, and we look forward. We'll definitely have Brandon back on the show. He'll be on the show. He'll be getting in touch with us hopefully after the Bass Pro Shop, the Crappie Madness. It's January 30th and 31st and February 6th and 7th. And then he'll be getting in touch with us again March the 21st with the King of Kings. We'll actually have him on talking about that. And April the 18th for the big boys, the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters. So look forward to all of them shows. And Brandon, we want to thank you again for being here with us tonight on Southern Outdoors.
Thank you for inviting me back and getting our name right this time.
See, I told you it should have been associations. But anyway, you've been listening to Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We want to thank all of our listeners, everybody all across the world. Thank you. Be safe out there. Have a good night. Don't forget, it's not just hunting.
It's a way of life.
Listen every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the Southern Outdoors Show with Randy Watson and Todd Causey. Follow us on Facebook at Southern Outdoors Radio. Listen to archive episodes.
We had to
on
divide
demand
that up.
at Z107.5 at 6 p.m. for the Southern Outdoors Show on Big Z Country.
Bye, y'all.
7.5.
You a disservice if I didn't say this is